Okay, we're gonna try one. You and I must make a pact. We must bring salvation back. Where there is love, I'll be there. I reach out my hand to you. I believe in all you do. Just call my name and I'll be there. Alright, so cluck everybody. We're shucking corn today. I've actually already got quite a bit done because I'm so as I was talking earlier, I actually accidentally deleted a video, the whole video, so I'm starting over. We're starting over. Shucking corn is one of those things that on the front porch, it's like snapping the beans. It's something that is definitely done on the front porch in the summertime in the South. So that's why we're doing that today. I definitely wanted to do it with you. One thing I'm also doing is collecting the silks. I'm gonna actually get rid of there we go, the brown part of it. So one of my subs, Tiff Cat, you'll see her in my comment section a lot. She was telling me this, how you can dry those out and make a tea out of them, and it's really good for urinary health. So I'm going to be trying that. Tiff Cat, if you're listening, let me know if you think it'd be better to put this in the dehydrator or just lay them out flat. Because I am going to be definitely trying that. I love different holistic things like that. And you know, that's one of the things that when I find a new plant out here, I'm like, what's this good for? So we grow a lot of stuff like that. It's something that, you know, my dad actually would do a lot of. So it's something that has always kind of been instilled in me. Like, I can go out and make you a tea right now that'll cure your heartburn for a month. I kid you not. It's called it's called different things. We call it rat's vein. But one day I'll go out and we'll go and show you some of the different plants that's on my property that I can make medicine out of. So let's see. So just a heads up, sometimes, even though I'm not scared of worms or grubs, sometimes when I come across one, it makes me go blah. So just a heads up if that happens. So one thing is, I did get a call from my mom who lectured me big time because I wasn't actually explaining to y'all how I destem my collards. And my mom taught me how to destem. It's like a life hack, how to destem these collard greens. Her mom taught her. So I guess the reason why I wasn't explaining it is because I didn't realize that it was actually something that most people didn't know. So next time I have collards, I didn't get any this week, but next time I got collards, we'll definitely do a actual tutorial on that. Oh, one thing I wanted to just clarify is even though I do grow a lot of my own food, not everything that I'm doing up here is my own food. For example, the green beans last week, I don't do green beans. I mean, I don't grow them. I love to eat them, but I don't even mind growing them and the actual gardening them, but I can't stand picking them. That is some back-breaking work. And just to be quite honest, even though I do like green beans, I don't like them that much. So I get a lot of my stuff from a farmer's market. I try to stay away from supermarkets, especially with produce. I thought a worm fell on me. Especially with produce. I mean, I'm not going to go too much into it, but I mean, I think we all can agree that it's going to be better for you if you get your produce and most stuff locally. So, my husband, for example, we made a spaghetti sauce recently, literally 100% sourced, even the meat. So we're trying our best to stay that way. Not to mean it won't always happen, especially in this. We're growing a lot, and we're buying a lot so that we can freeze a lot or can a lot so that we have this stuff in the winter. But sometimes, you know, I don't think we ever get all the way through the winter on the produce that we sell, or not sell, store and freeze and stuff. So even though we try, it's not 100% yet. We'll get there though. So I get asked a lot I get asked a lot, but one of the things that somebody mentioned that I should talk about is what it's like to live in the South. And I mean, I would say that honestly, it's probably very similar to living in the North. We've got our big cities and we've got our rural cities and stuff. The main difference is going to be like the climate or the weather and stuff, which, by the way, we have both, especially where I am, bipolar weather. Like this morning, it was actually really cold. I'm actually wearing pants and long sleeves because it was so cold this morning. But it will probably be too hot to sit out here by this evening. It's just the way it works here. And might have a worm in this one. Just a heads up if I scream. The worms, I've got some chickens right over here. I'll just feed the worms too. So, one difference I would say is our accents and our funny sayings. We definitely have some funny sayings. Let's see. We got slicker than snot on a doorknob. Butter my backside and call me a biscuit. That means I'll be darned. Who licked the red off your candy? Meaner than a two-headed snake. Don't let the door hit you where the good Lord split you. We got some good ones. Let me know what your favorite Southern saying is down below, and I'll try to start working some of these Southern sayings in. There it is. Hey chickies! I got a good meal for y'all. So, see, and that's what they did to it, and that's the worm. I'm going to pause this while I go give it to the chickens. Alright, they're enjoying it. So I'm just going to cut that off, and so I'm not getting all the strings off. It's pretty hairy still. We will soak these, and that'll help get the rest of it off. Let's see. So we got some chicken news. IP is got a good crow on it now, on him now. So he started out going, hold on, Lucy, don't drink that water. That's for the plants. You got water in your bowl, you silly. IP is, alright, so IP started slowly crowing this week, and his first little crows were like, like it was choking. He's got a good crow on him now. And Katie Bird's crowing too. So I mentioned in a short yesterday that Katie Bird was a freak, and that I'd tell you about later. So I'll give y'all a little preview. Or not a little preview, tell y'all a little bit about it. So yesterday morning, I hear one of my ducks just, you know, wah, 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 wah. I'm thinking, oh my God, the fox got it. The fox got it. I'm running. And I look across the yard, and Katie Bird, who is a rooster, was mating with a duck. And so I'm running across the yard. Stop clucking my duck. Ah! I'm trying to stop it. I'm sure the neighbors were like, oh my God, she's at it again. She's crazy. Oh, I bet she's on drugs. I'd say that about me, so I don't blame them. So yeah, it gives an all new meaning to cluck a duck, right? And he just kept trying all day long with all the ducks. That particular one was daffodil. Now I've heard that ducks and chickens that stay together do that. A rooster with a duck hen is not as bad as a drake with a chicken hen. because of the anatomy, which I won't go into detail because it's a little bit gross, and I'm not going to force that on you. If you want me to tell you about that, just feel free to let me know, and we'll have a private conversation some other time about it. Let's see. What else is going on with my birds? Still no eggs from the newbies. Watching, and I have been looking around, since not all hens are naturally go into the nesting box to lay eggs. Some of them you really do have to train, but I've been looking around in all their favorite spots to make sure they're not laying out here somewhere, and they're not. So like I said, I'm not going to be like worried about it yet for a month. The ducks should be starting to lay next month, hopefully. And I tell you what, after seeing the whole Katy bird and daffodil thing, part of me wouldn't mind trying to hatch it just to see. I'm like I'm the Frankenstein of birds. This one might have a worm in it too. Y'all want another worm? So one thing that I do with some of this corn is, if I'm not going to eat it all, I'll blanch it. So blanching is basically you drop it into a pot of boiling water for a couple minutes, and then I'll freeze it, and it's just as good. We have yep, this one's probably gonna have a worm in it. Oh my gosh, I tell you what, I dreaded doing corn when I was little because of the worms. I was just so terrified of them. Isn't it ridiculous when you think back of stuff you're terrified of? Ugh, this one is. Is there a worm? Let's eat all the heck. So, the ends where the worms get to, we'll cut those off. Which is fine, because I actually can't eat a whole one of these. I could never eat that, but my husband, he could eat 3. He loves corn on the cob's probably one of his favorites. And I don't see the worm in, so we'll just soak it and cut it. So I'm trying to remember to get some of the stalk off, but I'm not always. Some of them are actually quite thick and short, so they're hard to get all the way off. We're down to the last one. Oh, this one's got something gross on it. I think it's from another piece. So, I will tell you that one of my favorite things to compost is corn husk. It degrades a lot faster. So, and I can't tell y'all how important composting is. You're saving, first off, you're saving from trash and stuff like that. But, and you're putting back into the ground. And every time you plant a garden, you're taking nutrients out of that ground. So it's really important to compost and reintroduce some of those nutrients into the ground. You know, sometimes people have to rotate gardens to give particular spots, some time to get some more nutrients back. I thought I saw a worm. I'm actually trying to really look for worms because the chickens do love worms. They love grubs. You know what? Let me tell y'all something real quick. My ducks, I don't know if they're just spoiled or picky or what, but they won't. I gave them peaches yesterday, and they wouldn't eat peaches. I don't know what's going on with them. Now my chickens are pretty good. They'll eat most anything. Most anything. There's some things they won't eat. The good thing about chickens is I found that because when I first got chickens, I used to always type, like, can chickens eat this? Can chickens eat this? Because I was worried about what to give them. Finally, I kept asking, and somebody in my forum came to me and was like, look, here's the cool thing about chickens. They pretty much know what they can and can't eat. So if you give them something that they shouldn't eat, they're probably not going to eat it anyway. So that's one thing that's really cool about chickens. And I always keep that in mind when I'm planting stuff. For example, I noticed my chickens typically won't eat peppers. And it's a good thing because they shouldn't have peppers. Sometimes they'll eat pepper. They'll eat the leaves from a pepper plant for sure, but the actual peppers, typically not. Alright, so we're on our last one, which is good. This is going to put me right at 15 minutes, which is the time I always shoot for. Somehow I always end up going over. Now, next time, I'm not sure if I'm going to do another one this week. We'll see. But next time, and I'm leaning over, by the way, because my legs are just nothing but silk now. And I'm trying to not do that. So, next week, I'll try to be a little bit more prepared. I actually was very prepared for today. But then, for some reason, when it came to starting to do it, I forgot everything and wasn't prepared. So I'll be writing down some topics that we can talk about next time. And I'm gonna go get these starting to soak at least, but I'll definitely have them cooked tonight, and I'll probably show y'all a nice little picture of some nice cooked corn on my community later. Okay, cluck cluck, everybody. Love you all. Can't wait till next time. Like I said, we'll see if we do another one this week. Depends on how I feel. I know I've got some things that I need to do, so it's just a matter of, like, mow this yard, for example. So it's just a matter of if I get everything done and have time to sit down and do it. All right, cluck cluck, everybody. Love y'all.